It took just 45 Chinese characters to change the course of history. This is the original 1964 communique announcing China and France were establishing formal diplomatic relations.
It came as a surprise even to French ministers. The decision was described as bold. Then President Charles de Gaulle said that it seemed abnormal to him not to maintain relations with the most populous country in the world, one of the countries destined to carry a great deal of weight.
It would take another decade before France's Western peers, like Germany, Spain, and the United States, followed suit. During that time, ties between Beijing and Paris deepened and expanded. Georges Pompidou became the first European leader to visit China in 1973. A visit returned by Deng Xiaoping just 2 years later. It was the first official visit by a Chinese leader to a major Western country. But Deng already had a deep connection to France, having lived and worked in the country as a young man.
France also had a kind of a special place in a lot of the Chinese imagination. I mean, Deng joins the Communist Party in France for the first time. So, I mean, there's very direct relationship between the growth of Chinese nationalism and Chinese communism and France.
In the decades since, China has become France's third largest trading partner, topping $108 billion in 2022. The nations are also key allies on nuclear energy, aeronautics, and fighting global challenges like climate change.
These relations have had their ups and downs. There have been a few bad moments depending on the period, but in the end I think the two partners have always tried to be as pragmatic and effective as possible in finding areas of convergence and collaboration.
During President Emmanuel Macron's state visit to China last year, President Xi Jinping hailed the relationship as the world undergoes profound historical changes. That relationship goes far beyond economics and policy. Some 30,000 Chinese students study in France every year, while French students are learning Mandarin in school. France has also become a popular destination for Chinese tourists. More than 2 million visited the country before COVID. And while their return has been slower than expected, 2024 has been dedicated as the official year of French-Chinese cultural tourism. A number of artistic performances are planned in both countries throughout the year, including a concert at France's most famous palace, Versailles. Another sign of an enduring partnership that started with a surprise communique 60 years ago. Tony Waterman, CGTN, Paris, France.